I got something right here that's not meant to do what I'm using it for, but absolutely has changed the way I look at my shop and the way I clean it, and the potential for you guys that are out there selling on eBay, crusty old parts, or you just want to clean your hand tools up, your power tools around your shop. I got something for you, and it's this, right? Oh yeah, this thing is the real deal. I've actually got some green off from Superior Products. I'll show you that chemical in a minute. And this is how this thing works. You see that little flapper right there? Let me turn this off, watch. That's how it works. You got a little valve here, you can turn it off so it's just air, no solution, or you switch it forward, it's gonna pull solution out. All right, let me go ahead and show you guys how you can use this in your shop to either, once again, sell stuff, clean it up, because nobody wants to clean all these little ribs and stuff. And let's be honest, you can get your little brush out, and you can get your degreaser and your air hose, and sure, probably with enough time you can get it out. Watch how quickly all of this comes off. Looks like it's got a couple paint specks on it, but we're gonna go ahead and wipe this thing off with just a microfiber. Look at this, look. This is clean, this is clean. Let's wipe it off, blow it off. Should be good to go. The crazy thing is, this is probably the worst example out of everything that I've done so far. But we know this is off of a Fox body, and there is no telling. This thing is at least 30 years old, I would imagine. And here it is, looking good and nice and clean. So this thing will dry up and it's going to be kind of, you know, plain. But then all you got to do, hit it with a little bit of skeet skeet, and it's going to be just right. So instead of having fluid coming out, you just turn this, and now it's just an air dryer. So let's dry this thing off. All right, I think that's good enough. Look at that. Look at that. Now you could put a harsher chemical in there. Obviously, I'm letting it spray all over my hands. I don't want some heavy degreaser. And you don't even need a heavy degreaser with most of this stuff. But that's the type of stuff you can use this on. Now, let's move over here to, let's just say this, right? This is just an isolator. But let's just see what it does. All right, same thing. Let's take it and dry it off. Now, these probably aren't the best examples of what to use this for, but trust me, here's the reason why I like this. It gets in all the cracks and crevices. It gets all down in here, right? So, I mean, I don't expect this to look brand new. I mean, it's been sitting between a spring and a Fox body forever. Look at that, nice and clean, right? So what you can do with this is use it to speed up your parts. Like if you're trying to sell parts or something like that, you can use this to speed up the process. Also with your tools, let's say you got some greasy tools. Now I've actually already cleaned all mine pretty much, but see, this thing looks pretty grimy, right? Let's see. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll get most of the dirt. All right. So there again, we're not expecting this thing to look brand new, right? And it's just air and a little bit of cleaner. Let's wipe it off. See what we got. Now you could spray your favorite degreaser, all-purpose cleaner, whatever you want to in here, and you could get some similar results, no doubt. But you're not going to get in all those nooks and crannies, all down in here. You're not going to get all that with it. And it's super simple and easy, and honestly, it's fun to use. That's what I like about it. It's just fun to use. So what you guys think? I mean, look at that. Looks completely different to me. It's nice and clean. I don't have to worry about it. One of the biggest reasons why I like this is because it can be used around electronics. Now, I'm not saying that it will not damage something, but you got to understand there's not a lot of water coming out of here. See, it's just a mist, okay? So if you were to take this outside and try to use, like, I don't know, a hose or obviously like a pressure washer, you're gonna damage this thing. This thing's been stained up for a while and just dingy and dirty. So this would be a good example of something like this that you would use it for. All right. Now you don't have to dry it off with a towel, but you know, you might as well go ahead and get that extra scrubbing action if you can. But yeah, just wipe everything off. And we'll blow it off with the other blower because it's not as loud. Come on. See? Look at that. Tell me that it don't look brand new, right? That's my point. It's not going to clean everything, but it's going to help you out around your shop, in your car. It's made for interior work. It's made for dashes and everything like that. I'm not going to show you all that stuff because obviously you know that. All right, I don't really have any good examples because I about cleaned everything around the shop with this thing. But see the inside of this? Let's say you wanted to sell this or put it back on your car. All right, I want to show you what this thing can do to help you out. Now you could blow this out and it's going to look decent. So let's go ahead and do that first. I mean, don't look bad. Don't look bad. But let's get this on it. This will really get everything out of it. All right. All right. Now look, it's just that much cleaner inside, right? And you probably spend a little bit more time. But it's going to blow all the nooks, crannies, crevices, and everything like that out. So there again, I shouldn't have to sell you on this. I think you guys understand. I'm not making anything off this at all. I bought this with my own money. It's been such a handy little tool around the shop that I figured I would show you guys. I don't really have any good examples at the moment because, of course, I've cleaned everything. Let me see if I can find something else. Let's find something a little more intricate. Imagine you just wanted to clean this up or you wanted to sell it. Maybe you wanted to put it on eBay or Facebook or something, and you wanted to sell an item like this. Look at all the caked on stuff from just being around the shop, right? You are not going to hardly clean all this. It's just not going to happen. Now, I don't expect this thing to make it perfect, but let me go ahead, hook this thing up, and see what happens. All right, so just kind of wipe it off. All right, so let's look at this thing. See, that's all the water that there is. Look at that, just a little bit of dampness. All right, check it out. Look at that. Now you've got something that doesn't look completely trashed, right? Look at that. That looks awesome. And, you know, like I said, even if you're just going to keep it in your shop, now your tools don't have to sit here and be caked with stuff. It can be nice and clean. I cleaned this the other day with it. Just sprayed it off. All right. And you know what? I got it. I got a perfect little thing for this thing to do right here. Because I'm sitting here thinking, man, this thing is dirty. I would hate to have to clean that out. Well, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Blow out full. Well, we won't really know until it dries, but trust me, it's gonna look really good. So I know that a lot of people that are watching this right now are probably thinking, well, what's the damn difference? Like, big deal, right? I can just wipe this stuff down and look just as good. This stuff's borderline magic, the way this thing works. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. It's borderline like magic. It doesn't make sense how it works so good, and I can't even explain it to you or show it to you. It's more of just like a feel. The damn thing just works good. And I know that a lot of you will like it. Like I said, I have no affiliation with this. I'm not making shit off of it. I'll put a link down there for you guys, but I'm not making, well, you know what? I can put an Amazon affiliate link. Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, maybe I am affiliated with it, because I'll put an Amazon affiliate link down there, because I know you guys will love it. But it's really, like I said, for interior stuff. You all have seen these things advertised everywhere, but I just thought I would talk about some of the other uses for it around the shop. I guarantee you, once that dries up, that's going to look great. Look at that. Come on now. You know it's going to look good. Versus that, essentially. Look at all that grime. And then that's kind of what most of all of our little sets look like. Look, take 5 minutes, blow it out, and you're good. I did do some work on the interior of the Retro Fox with it, and was amazed at how good it cleaned the seats. They're just clean now. The dash and all that stuff, I haven't applied any protectant or Armor All or whatever you want to call it on it. This is literally just cleaning it with water and Pink Perfection. I had a little bit of Pink Perfection in there from Superior Products, but cup holder, just nice and clean. Everything's just real, like, nice and natural looking, right? I just know you guys. I know you. This is what you want. You got one of these in your shop, you're going to be looking around like, damn, I can clean that. And you can. The thing that makes this so cool is you're not saturating it. So you can't compare it to a pressure washer unless it's something like that plastic box. Obviously, you could take it out there. But it's also going to try to jump out of your hand and things like that. Maybe you don't have a pressure washer. I think this will probably be a really good example of something that's extremely hard to clean and nobody wants to deal with this shit. So let's just see. This is a great example here. Damn. All right, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't expect that. I did not expect it to work that good. All right, and now that eyesore of an item that has been sitting on my shelf forever now looks really good. What I've been using this thing the most for is like RC car wheels and tires. We'll just leave all the cobwebs and everything on this. Let's get after it. Look at that. Tires look brand spanking new. Here's what I say. Use your imagination. A tool like this, man, if I'd have had this 20 years ago, I probably wouldn't have the issues that I have in my shop and a lot of this stuff. Like, I can just imagine for like a carburetor, right? And I've got one up there. I'm tempted to grab it. I'm just gonna grab it. This is probably a good example. I don't know if it's gonna clean it, how good it's gonna clean it, but let's just try it, okay? I'll get you guys down here. I'm trying to give you every aspect I can. All right, let's look at the inside of this thing. So something like this would be hard to clean. I mean, there's ways of doing it, but let's just see if this will do it. Well, worked pretty good. There's no like big visual difference, but I can see down in here after I look a little closer, that looks a lot better. You know, and sometimes that's all it is a little bit of maintenance, right? So maybe this thing's been off the car for a little while. I just want to throw it back on. I don't know what that is over there. I could probably have gotten that off. I don't know. But overall, it's just going to clean it. Look at that. It's nice. It depends on what chemical you put in it too, though. So far, this has been my favorite product to run in here. It's not very harsh. It is an APC, an all-purpose cleaner. I don't know. Superior actually has the handbook. I'll look it up and put it up. But now I tried to use Pink Perfection, which is an interior cleaner as well, but it seemed a little harsh. Yeah, you just mix it like, I think this is probably 3 to 1, something like that. 3 parts water, 1 part green all, and that's it. Or just use straight water. Just straight water. It doesn't matter. I do not recommend you go using something like Purple Power or anything like that. That shit is harsh. It's hardcore. This stuff is made for interior. It's going to be a little softer on your body, on whatever you're using it on. But if you're outside in a well-ventilated area, or maybe you got a mask on, sure, go for some of that harsher chemicals, and it's really going to clean something. But man, this does everything I needed to do. I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Also, it obviously works great on interiors. I'm just not going to bother to show you guys that because we all know it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. I figure I'd show you everything all dried up, how good it looks. Look at that. Here's an example basically of what the other looked like. You know, just grimy. We all know what these things look like. Now look at this, right? I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Let's go over here since all this is dried up. Look at this. Come on, man. Every crack and crevice, every nook and cranny. And the thing is it doesn't put so much water out that it's going to mess up your electronics. Now, I'm not saying that it won't, but it's literally made for interior around buttons and switches and things like that. So there's that. Y'all, I get excited over stuff like this. I like things that make my life easier. Look at this stuff. All my stuff's like that over here. So you can imagine what it looked like beforehand. Also did this shifter, and I really wish I would have videoed this because this was the perfect example to show you guys what this thing's capable of doing without taking it out to a pressure washer and blowing out all the grease in there. Now, you don't want to do that. But the outside of the shifter here looks freaking great. And before, it looked like, you know, everything else in here. Spider webs, grease, things like that. This was a controller that I cleaned that had literally probably 9 years old. You can kind of see on the inside what it kind of looked like, but it's great for wheels. It's great for emblems. Like, you know, if you want to get in here and get all of the little nooks and crannies in your wheels, or maybe you got an emblem over here that's just kind of all grody and stuff, and you want to get in here and clean that out. Also, I got some wax, and you can still see a little remnant of it. There's a faint line right there. But this, you know how these things are. Once they get bad, they start to deteriorate and they get rough. So if you wax your car, that wax kind of gets stuck there, and it's almost impossible to get out. Well, that thing got it out, and if I'd have worked it just a little bit more, it would have probably all come out. There was a big white patch right here before. So there again, just some more examples of what you can use it for.